Hello, everybody. It's Eliz-sha Keating from WisdomSeekers.net. Emphasis on the net because we're not .com. And so we're going to start off right off the bat. And it's the first card I pulled was Clarity of Belief. Well, very few of us have true clarity. There's a few I could name off, like Eckhart Tolle or Tolle. I'm not quite sure how that name is pronounced. And he has a great deal of clarity of belief, of knowledge. It's not belief, he knows. But we, the rest of us, we have a lot of ideas and things like that. We're not exactly always sure how the belief system works, but we're learning the truth. And that's the most important thing about it. So let's see what Air has to say. And the Princess of Wands is the first one that comes up, and it's a card of magic. I love this card because for me, it's what the future will hold for us. Things will change, shift, and it will come to what we think now. It will be magical. It's not. It's just a different level of science that we haven't learned or understood yet. But I like the idea of magic much better. And what covers us? The moon. And the moon is all about the subconscious. Many people don't like the moon simply because it is the subconscious, and people are afraid of the subconscious. And they're afraid of it because the subconscious brings up emotions and feelings that we're not sure we want to deal with. We don't know how to deal with it. So it's fears, our biggest fears. But if you know how to deal with it, the subconscious is our servant. It helps us grow. And if you look at my cards, it's the 3 stages of woman, right? So it's the maid, the matron, and the crone. And the maid, pre-marriage, etc., they have one kind of knowledge. The matron, children, they have another kind of knowledge. The crone literally means wise woman. How do you become a wise woman? By being a maid and a matron and living life fully. And that's how and allowing yourself to accept what the subconscious brings up for you and releasing it. What's behind us to bring us to this week? The 6 of Wands, which is really a positive card. It's a card of putting in the effort, receiving the rewards. And being an air sign myself, I know we have been doing that. I know that we've worked very hard to get to where we are. So one of the things that goes along with air is 2 of Cups, which is balance. Balance of the male-female energy, yin-yang, balance within ourselves. And again, that can be the male-female energy, balance within ourselves. Everybody, at least in the past, has seen women who have been so feminine that they're almost too sweet, too good. They didn't have that balance of having a little masculine energy, or men that are too masculine and couldn't see any form of feminine viewpoint. So what we want to balance the male-female energy within us so we can understand the opposite sex, which everybody knows, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female. We both think differently. And if we could balance that out, it would make the world such an easier place for everybody to live in. Let me tell you, I know this because I deal with other people's male-female energy quite a bit, explaining to them how it works. So what's just in front of us, now this is a very interesting card. And I would say that this week has to do with balancing relationships. So far, that's what it's telling me. Because the star she's the goddess, the female side of the male energy of the universe. But the female energy likes people to be in couples. She doesn't care if it's male, male, female, female, male, female. She doesn't care. It matters that they deal with each other and balance each other out, which would be clarity of belief, right? It would be understanding what you're feeling and not negating it because the society says, oh, that's not right. Because it's not society's choice, it's ours, simply ours. So, and we want to do this yesterday because we're human. So we got the big patience card. Lots is happening. People are changing their viewpoints, and those that aren't going to change their viewpoints, we simply have to wait until they move on to another lifetime for them to learn. That's all right. Everybody has the right to their viewpoints, but the majority of the world is willing to open and change and be okay with it. So be patient. It's coming. And this card, this patient card, suggests really strongly that it's going to turn out the way we would like it to. So what does that mean for us for our future, for this week? What can it add on? Well, we get the magician. So that is three major arcana. Important week. Major arcana mean important weeks. Master magician brings energy from above, makes it happen on earth. That's what we're doing. We're changing our own thoughts, our own beliefs about probably relationships, because it does have a lot of strong relationship energy this week. That's how we change the world around us, by changing ourselves. We do not have any control over your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, your neighbor, etc. We have the only person we have the right to change is ourselves. But by changing ourselves, we vibrate differently, and that causes, like a ripple effect, others to change or not. Sometimes there are rocks in the way and they are not capable. Perfectly all right. We just don't ignore them, but we do not necessarily bring them into our field of energy. And that also is all right. They have a right to their viewpoints. We have a right to our viewpoints. And if they don't mesh, you don't have to mesh with them. So, Ace of Cups, what that will bring? Brand new beginnings, because this is opening up of new joy and new happiness. New ideas, new clarity will indeed change how we think, how we feel about things. And the end card is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the energy, is balanced energy. It's feeling good about ourselves. It's allowing ourselves to be who we are, but allowing ourselves to, yeah, I did good. And we're allowed that. We are allowed to be pleased with ourselves. And being pleased with ourselves also brings in abundance. So clarity of belief. We're clearing up what we think about certain aspects, probably our sexuality. And even with your normal male, female, there are probably beliefs within that can be cleared up too. No problem. We are allowed to change our minds. We are allowed to grow. Give yourself that permission. And the outcome card is simply love. And who do you love first? You love yourself. And when you run into kimchi, just keep on loving. Is it always easy? No, but that's all right. That's why we have the balance cards, because when we fall out of balance, which happens, we all fall out of balance. It's that we can bring ourselves back into balance. So remember, grounding, walk in nature, walk barefoot, put your hands in the earth. Polar air. That's one of my favorites. The Band-Aid, but it's fast. Meditate. Pretend you're a tree with roots and pull it up. There's many ways of becoming grounded. So just do that. Be grounded. And that's the last of this week. And I think we're coming into a really, really good week. Lots of shifting and changing. Does that make it easy? Generally, no. But if we can stay in balance, we can surf. And surf is a good thing to do. Not that I surf. I would probably be scared witless out there on the waves, but I love watching it. So I do a different form of surfing. We all do our own life. Okay, lots of philosophy there. So I'm sure there's some questions, right, Elle?
And Shelly just wants to book an appointment. I sent her to your link so she could do that.
Messages?
Because it's according to her, it's an important question, and I figured she might also want to keep it private and not on a live stream.
Yeah. After a while, people trust us so much. They ask questions that I'm going, I definitely think you're not realizing that everybody's watching what we're asking. So I try very hard to answer it in sort of a neutral way, but the answers sometimes are very personal. And I much prefer to answer very personal questions privately. So
you don't offer 30-minute readings.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
If they go directly to me.
Okay.
I because I can do it.
Not on the website.
But not on the website. But even on the website, my readers, I can shift things around any way I like. So
You's boss.
I's the boss. And my readers are open to it. So yes, 30-minute readings. I can do 15-minute readings, which is generally one question.
Anjali, why don't you email us?
Or message me.
Or message my mother.
Message is faster.
Facebook.
I much prefer Messenger because it's instantaneous if I'm on. And I generally am. And the energy again, you see me playing? The energy again today is very high. And that's why I'm playing with this, because my hands start to...
Idle hands beget the devil.
No, my hands, because of the chakras here, they start to work and so it just makes it feel better to bring out the energy. And that way I charge them more. So like this one is quartz and amethyst. This one is quartz and rainbow hematite. But and they're pretty near finished. I just haven't put the finishing touches on them. But I get to play with them. It's just this one has sharp ends, so it's easier to keep it in my hand. This one has a round end, and I like the feel of the sharp. But yeah, it's fun.
So Malapale, she says, during a reading, I was asking for clarification on what the reader was telling me. He got upset and suddenly said, everything will go wrong with your love life and finances and your job. All your life.
Okay, don't go back to that reader.
Let me finish. All your life and that judgment has been made. Can I ask if he was telling the truth? No.
No, that he let his emotions get involved. You want readers who are impartial. It doesn't matter what I feel personally. I never allow my emotions to be part of it when I am reading. All right. And generally, if he allowed himself to become emotional, that is yeah, I'm sorry. No, do not go back to a reader that allows himself to be emotionally involved. I can care greatly, deeply, but when I'm done, I'm done. And I don't remember what I'm reading for a person until they come back to me again. And then I remember. Impartiality. If he's not impartial, then he's not getting the truth.
And she adds, Elle, I just wanted to share that I asked you and Eliz-sha the question because I feel safe with you guys.
Thank you.
Debbie
Hi, Debbie.
asks, what is coming to me soon? Anything positive?
Anything positive? Well, Elle and I, that's positive.
I'm positively certain the sun is up.
That too. Well, at least in our part of the country. Let me see, Debbie. Actually, what I see is your heart is opening. There's more energy opening, and it's frightening because you feel, and this is a fallacy, people are afraid to open their hearts because they're afraid it's going to get hurt. That's a fallacy thinking, because when you open your heart fully, no matter what somebody says, what they put daggers of energy into you, and your heart is open, they cannot touch you. So the more a person's heart is open, the less they can be hurt. But it can't be open with qualifications. It has to be completely open. And that's what I'm seeing for you. Your heart is opening, you're learning, you're loving. And when somebody, and people always will, have negative things to say, it will come in, you'll look at it, and you will look at them, and you'll realize that they are in pain, but it's not yours. So your heart is opening, but fully. It's coming. That's a good one.
She adds, first she adds a rollover laughing face. She also adds yes, and releasing pain.
Yeah. And again, that's something people don't realize, that pain is actually not real. We think it's real because we've been told it's real, but it's a choice. Once we trust ourselves, we know that pain was simply there as a lesson. It wasn't a judgment, because it's not a judgment. It's just say, hey, the universe, you asked the universe to go this place, but you're going over there. So let's ease you this way. And it's easing you to clear thinking painfully. That's because we didn't pay attention the first time when it was small.
Malapala adds, thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you and Elle and the assurance you give me.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You're honest to God. When you ask about a reader, this is a trick. It works really well. You can use it for anything. Take it out of your head, the question, put it in your heart. But the trick is no thinking. In the first 30 seconds, you'll know. You say, is this reader right for me? And you would have got, I'm 99% sure, he's not the right reader for you. Doesn't matter if he's got